So I'm a full-time life and executive coach. I work with people from all different walks of life, and I support them in becoming the best version of themselves. And so Cara and I met earlier this year, and she asked me to speak in May, and then we have been working on this project together. And the purpose of this project is this. We've been hearing online support and novice teacher support. The purpose of this support system that we've developed for you is to help you become the best teacher you can be, whether it's your first year in this district, or 50th year. You can always grow, because there's no arrival to our best version of ourselves. Every year, every day, every month, we can become better, we can learn from our past experiences. So first of all, I want to set the tone, and I think this aligned with what Carl was saying and Valerie was saying, is that this is a program for you, and that coaching doesn't happen to you. It's something you choose to be involved in, and it's something that you drive. So when we are talking about setting the tone, is that success starts with you. And I want to do a quick exercise. I do this a lot, and I've been part of programs that does this exercise, and I've done it with my clients. And it's interesting how you go in a little bit of a mind shift, and it's like, I didn't realize that. So we're going to do a quick list here. And this is very simple. You're going to help me. And basically, we're going to determine what's going to be the victim side. Or I want to call it also lack. It's the same thing. And the victor side, or call it abundance. Okay? This is a simple exercise, and it's something you can do with your students in the classroom as well. If you're a coach with your mentees as you're working with them, and it's a simple shift. So what are the typical words used when we, and let me just say something, none of us are either. We are always either in one side or other in different stages of our lives or moments of our day. So if I'm grumpy, I know that I wake up and my children are going to be screaming around the house, and I'm like, oh my God, why are they behaving so bad? I mean, what are you doing to me? So what are you doing to me? Okay? It's something that when we are in this state of mind of things happen to me, or victim of that, we might say to ourselves. Other things, let's say, help me out. Like, I can't do it.
I was just going to say that.
What?
She said she was just going to say that. We hear that all the time with elementary students. But I can't.
I can't, yeah. What else?
I'm overwhelmed.
I'm overwhelmed.
I can't change it.
I can't change it. I don't have time.
I lost my pet.
I lost.
My pet. Like an animal or something.
Yeah. I lost my
Dog.
pet, a friend. There's a situation happening to you. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm too tired.
Mm-hmm. Why is this happening to me? Right? And this is this goes beyond the classroom. We're not having a classroom conversation here. This is simple mindset that we can be encountered with any of this. Words coming out of our own mouth at any time of any day. So the thing here, and in order to, the only way we can improve ourselves and design and walk into this best version of ourselves is to take a moment to reflect and be conscious of what happens and what words come out of our mouth. Because sometimes we say this, do we really mean it? Not always, but automatically this speech pattern comes through us, and without knowing, it starts creating seeds that gets us into that space of negativity, the one, or I can't do it, or I'm too tired. So let's explore now some words we use. Sometimes you practice these if you're a coach or a mentor, that you use it with your mentee to lift them up, or you might be using this with your students, and hopefully you're using some of these words with yourself in the morning, or any time of the day when you need to, like, okay, let's go. So, for example, I can do this, right?
Let's try one more time.
Yeah, I love that.
What's going well?
The celebration part. Let me switch to multiple. We have to make this side longer than the other. Trust me, I'm not stopping.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Yes.
Sí se puede.
Sí se puede.
Yes, we can.
Yeah? Yes, we can. I can't change it. How can I change it? Okay? You go from a stop the creative process to fix something to simply posing the question, okay, how? I mean, maybe you can't fix the whole thing, but just by posing the question, you start looking for some, or finding these answers. I don't have time. How can I make time? And now this is engaging the consciousness of, can I actually make time for this? And then you go into the, well, is this something worth making time for? Yes or no? And then you start from, I don't have time for that, to saying, if you don't want to make time for that, it's like, I choose to not make time for this because this is more important. Or because this is not in the top priority to achieve X, Y, or Z goal. Do you understand the difference? It stops from being something that is set on you, like time is evil and it runs away, to saying, I choose where my time goes to support where I'm going, my goals and objectives. Okay? Why is this happening to me? Now, this is a self-reflection. Why is this happening? And this is tied, sometimes to real life situations. But why is this happening
So what can I learn from this?
for me? What can I learn from this? And there's one thing I want to say here about lack and abundance in the part of collaboration. And this is a saying, I may not, I think, does anybody know this quote, a rising tide lifts all ships? Do you know that one? Lifts all ships? Because sometimes when we are in an environment where, yes, we're stretched, yes, we're overwhelmed, it's like, someone is needing your help, and you're like, okay, what am I going to get out of helping that person? Like, it's like this lack space where, I need to get something in return if I'm going to do something, collaborate with someone. But when you're in the space of abundance, you no longer look for the immediate payback, and you start operating from a place that you trust that whatever you need will come when you need it. And so when you go from that place, you open up to help other colleagues become best version, And trust that in the process, whether that colleague is the one that will help you with your next situation or someone else, it will happen to you because you've changed your consciousness and you've opened up to not only giving, when you open up to giving, you open up to receiving, which is more important. Because we want things to happen to us, but many, many, many times we're not there to actually receive that help or that support. Are we longer? We need 2 more. How can I change someone's life today?
This is temporary.
What?
This is temporary? Is that?
Like this will pass.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you are in the business of changing lives. I don't know how you do this, but you are. Every single day that you step in front of a classroom full of children, you impact their lives forever. They might remember you, they might not, it doesn't really matter. But back in the back of their heads, when they're parents, when they are teachers themselves, when they are running companies, or when they are doing their job 20, 30, 40 years later, they'll remember you and they'll say, my teacher taught me this. Or I don't remember where I learned this, but I know this. So every single day you have the chance to make the world a better place through the lives that you touch. And I would hope and encourage you that you do that from this place, because you, to those children, you're heroes. You can wear a cape on Halloween. That's your choice. But you're heroes every day. Okay? So, this is the kind of tone I want to set as we present the support platform that we have developed for you. This is your opportunity for success, and it's for you to take it and run with it. As Carol and Barry were saying, the program we have developed, the First Year Matter books, is designed for you to lead the conversation with your mentor and your coach. I am a coach, and when I go into conversations with my clients, I don't go and say, you need to do this, 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 this. Actually, I don't really have any answers. That's my job, to not have answers. But what I do is I help my clients not change but transform. How? By helping them reflect and understand and connect with their internal resources, which we all have, not just my clients. We all have our internal leaders, our internal assets that help us become this best version of ourselves. So one of the things I want to do right now before I continue introducing the program is I want to take a minute and I want you to set the intention. And I know it's November, I know the school year started in August, but we still have a lot of school year to go. I want to set the intention for this school year, whether you're first year in the classroom or 50th year in the classroom. I want to give you a moment to decide how this year is going to go. And then I'm going to tell you about that. So,
We have the cards.
oh, they're on the table. Okay, so everybody, it doesn't matter the color. I'm not picky with color.
Pick a
Choose the
color.
color you want.
Choose a color.
And we're going to take a moment and write the date. And I want you to write in that note as if it's June 2015. So, and be as specific as possible. For example, I have had a wonderful year with my 25, 30, whatever many students. I was able to accomplish X, Y, and Z, whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, if it's a promotion, if it's accomplishing this goal, or getting your kids to, to pass standardized testing, whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish, whatever is a benchmark for you, you write it as you had accomplished it. And I like to put in my intention cards or goal cards with ease and grace. Why do I say that? Because this is not a forced process. This is you falling into your best version of yourself, not forcing something from the outside. And so when you allow yourself to be that higher version of you, then it flows. okay? And then I usually put a check mark, and so it is. There is something to be said about we're going to be manifesting this. What happens? We have two choices of thought process, okay? So this card, and I will encourage you to read it and keep it close to you through the year. If you can read it once a day, that would be awesome. If you read it twice a day, it would be great, morning and night. What happens is, as the same way that when you were sharing, you were smiling, there was like a little bit of a buzz, a little bit of excitement. It sounds a little silly, but what happens is, in your consciousness and in your brain, you are sending good vibrations. You're sending a feeling of ease and grace, even if it's funny. But you're putting your energy and your physical vibration to the level of this goal that is attained. Okay? So imagine if you were, in the moment that you were sharing, you were a little bit like, happy. Imagine if you were to read this, remember this situation, oh, how silly that was, but you read it every morning and you walk into the classroom from that place. Things are a little different. It takes a minute or 30 seconds, but it's very different to go into a classroom with that energy than with the energy of I just got wet because of a downpour and everything's wet. The situation didn't change, it's still wet. But you understand what I'm saying? So what happens is when you try or when you consciously put your vibration, your energy level to this level of accomplishment and goal and arrive to this goal, you are setting onto your day, attracting the resources, connections, support, even maybe the student's behavior will change to accomplish this goal. Nobody ever ran a marathon with the saying in their head, I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to make it, I'm not going to make it, it's too hard. You start off on a marathon, you start running, and you at least have a slight of a thought is like, even if I'm last, I'll make it. Okay? That is the same thing. Is first being clear on what you want to accomplish. That's what we just did. And I would encourage you, if it's not too concise or too clear, do it again until you get a little a clear, concise goal that you want to have for the year. But two is a marathon. I will make it. I will make this goal. Hell yes, I'll make it. The more you repeat yourself, the more you're gonna get convinced that you can actually do this. I can do this. How can I change so that I can actually accomplish this? Where can I go to learn to accomplish this? What is going well? Okay, what's not going so well so that I can go find my resources? You're going to start, this is called focus consciousness. You're going to focus your consciousness to attain this goal, now that you have it in your pocket, in your purse every day. Okay? Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to tell you what we have for you to attain this goal. So first thing is, again, you're leading your best year. You're leading this intention of being the best teacher you can be. And so in that is, first step is, you don't have all the answers. I don't have all the answers. None of us have all the answers. So asking for help. Most successful people out there don't do it alone. They never do it alone. And we're talking, all kinds of spaces and industries, and they do not do it alone. They know what they're good at, but they also know where they need help. So ask for help. Partnering success. This is something, and I don't know if we have can I pass it around?
Oh, yes, I do.
So partnering success, this is something Karen and I were talking about, and let me tell you what I do in my business.
Yeah, this one?
Yeah. So I'm a coach, and I belong to a group that we support each other to be the best coaches we can be, and serve our clients. So I have what is called an accountability buddy. Every morning, every day, preferably in the morning, we connect for 5 minutes, 2.5 minutes each, and we say to each other what we're going to accomplish that day. Today I'm going to focus on da, da, da. And the other person goes da, da, da. Did you do what you said you were going to do yesterday? Yes, I did. No, I didn't. Why? Any struggles? We're good, we're good. Okay? Every single day. Actually, I just switched partners because we switch every few months. And I'm finishing the week with my first one. And I forgot, I even talked to her the day before. I'm going into 6 minutes, and she's like, I know what you're working on because you told me yesterday. I was like, okay, sorry. There's that time. But so we were talking about with Carl what would be most helpful for you if you choose to engage in this. One is find a fellow teacher. I'm not talking about a mentor. Maybe a fellow novice teacher or a fellow teacher that is kind of in the same situation, and say, would you like to be my partner in success? And we'll connect every day for a minute. And it doesn't have to be even on phone call. Sometimes it's text in, text back. I'll text you my 3 things. You'll text me what you think. Great, have a great day, back. Okay, so it really doesn't have to take. And now with Siri, you can just do it while driving. Text, Carol, my 3 things. So you can take this idea of do the 3 things you're going to do today to be the best version of yourself. Or the other thing we talked about with Carl, and this is a sheet that we pass around, and it's your choice, is instead of sharing 3 things, share with each other an affirmation that you're going to take with you for the day. So, first of all, we have a community. You belong to a community. Whether you're a novice teacher or a coach or a mentor, you belong to a community of teachers. So there's your first place of resource. Do stop people on the corridor if you're struggling that day and say, can you just give me a quick affirmation? They'll start figuring it out what you're talking about. Tell me something that I can walk into a classroom on a winning note. Just do that. And the first 5 mornings you will say, are you crazy? But they'll get it. You have the First Year Matters curriculum, the book that Carl's been talking about. It's a great resource. It's more of a journal than it really is a book, and it's a great way. And I love seeing the testimonials from the teachers. There was a great way for them to collect the self-reflection through the year, and it actually that little bit of time, every month or every few weeks, saved them a lot of time at the end of the evaluation. Which, by the way, I don't call the evaluation. I call it celebration, because it's a celebration of what you've accomplished, and that's how But the evaluation is like in this place of being judged. Celebration is a hell yes. So one of the things we did also is, because we don't have a lot of time, and because there's a lot of online resources, and there's different ways that people want to connect, we have created a system. So you have your community, you have your book, and then you will have monthly teacher teleclass. This is a 1 hour once a month. It's almost like an open mic. I will be facilitating these calls. Everybody's welcome. Obviously, this is a program for novice teachers, but everybody is welcome. And the goal of these calls every month, and I think the schedule is behind those sheets, is to bring in best practices. It's a Q&A. This is what I'm struggling with. How can you help me? This is not my students are so misbehaving. It could be the case, but I would encourage you to bring it as like, I'm struggling with behavior in my classroom. I have tried this and that. What else can I try? And so, it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. In order to bring the energy of the call up for everybody to support you. If you cannot make these calls live, do not worry. We will be recording them, and you will be getting that by email every single month. So if you don't make it live, they'll be there. Hopefully, I won't be talking alone, but if that's the case, I will bring some suggestions. Online private group for 24/7 community support, if you're an early morning or you're a late night. So what we have created is a Facebook private group. So this is a group just for you who sign up. This group will be, in this group we're going to have the conversations, the same conversations as the teleclass. I belong to groups like this for my business, and I have created groups like this for my clients. So it's an off the coaching space, or of the mentoring space, or of the call space, where you can say, I'm lost with this, who can help me with this? And you, trust me, at first I was like, I don't have time for that. But now I know that when I need a quick answer, I post it in Facebook, and I'll take it 10 minutes later, someone will have given me the answer. It's really, it's awesome. It's awesome.
Private.
But it is private. So, even if, we will be controlling it so that only those that we invite and you have, part of the group are involved in the conversation, because we really want to keep it in a space of supporting each other and, you're going to be getting 2 emails a month in your inbox. They're going to be coming from Mentoring in Action or from me. These emails will have the first email of the month, will introduce the topic, the chapter for that month, and with a little bit of information. It has a short video, and every email will have all the resources, so the link to the Facebook group and the recordings of the teleclasses and all that, so that you don't have to keep track of that. And then the second email of every month will be a supporting tutorial on a specific topic for the month. For example, there is a video I recorded on this conversation of the lack abundance space, and I walk you through this. These are very, very short, but there's one about internal leadership and how to connect with your inner leader. There's one about acknowledgement and celebration. There's one about setting goals. So there's all sorts of small, short tutorials or videos that can help you bring in some new resources as you think and grow through the year. You are now the founders of this support system. You are the founding members, and I would hope that you will bring, a rising tide lifts all ships, that you bring this support to all the teachers that you know who are not here today or who didn't know to register. Because why? You want to start this culture where you can run into someone in the corridor and say, give me that information, and know what you're talking about. You want to start having all your teachers around you speak the same language, because then you're starting to create a community where you are operating from this place, and you're all supporting each other in your success.
Let's give Dolores a big hand.